Oh my god, Johnny Somali is facing 46 years in prison. Yes, you heard that right, 46 years. When I got the notification from Dexato, I can't even explain how shocked I was. He is facing 46 years in jail, and many people may already be leaving this video thinking, oh, it's just another regular shocking claim. He is facing 29 years in jail, 10 years in jail. But guys, this time it's legit. The reason is South Korea has confirmed that they are reopening Johnny Somali's investigation, and right now they have proof and receipts of the evidence. So the charges Johnny Somali pled not guilty to, which were actually the biggest charges on his last trial, now South Korea has found evidence that makes Johnny Somali look guilty of those crimes as well. In this post from Dexato, you can see Johnny Somali is now facing 46 years in jail combined with previous charges, and they also made a post an hour ago following that where they confirmed that in a September 2024 stream it was found that Johnny Somali made inappropriate comments about children. People are in the comment section asking the same question as we all are, saying why the hell didn't South Korea already thrown Johnny Somali into jail, send him to North Korea? As you can see, there is a lot of comments going on, but the thing is, this time it's legit news that Johnny Somali actually facing huge trouble, and he could be face up to 46 years in jail combined.
This right here is actually the receipt. So this actually confirms this was received by the Seoul Mapo Police Department, that the investigation has indeed started. They've accepted this.
Y'all see them live trying to spin the narrative. What? Trying to do what to who? Who? What are you talking about?
The official investigation has reopened because Korea has received all of the evidence. Right here, the report that's submitted against Ramzi Khalid Ismail, with it a penalty of imprisonment with labor for not more than 10 years or by a fine not exceeding 50 million won. So you've got the option for a fine here. It's a quite hefty fine of 50 million won.
Guys, an exclusive update is coming about Johnny Somali, and it's the most shocking one yet. Johnny's conviction team just revealed that a new investigation into him has been opened.
That the official investigation has reopened.
And this time it favors the Korean authorities.
Of imprisonment with labor for not more than 10 years or by a fine not exceeding 50 million won. So you've got the option for a fine here. It's a quite hefty fine of 50 million won.
We've got a lot to cover today, so let's get started. As I said earlier, Johnny Somali is about to face even more trouble. The Korean authorities have reopened an investigation into all of his crimes, and it looks like Johnny could face additional prison time along with heavy fines. In this video, Legal Mindset explains why Johnny Somali often targeted women and children in his abusive behavior. His list of crimes is still growing as the investigation continues. There's also breaking news that some key evidence has reportedly gone missing.
The Somali bombshell has dropped. Today we have information on a new investigation that may just sink Ramzi Khalid Ismail, aka Johnny Somali. One thing we've noted is his pattern, and this is something that's very important to note. Somali Ramzi Khalid Ismail has a pattern. He is a very small man, and I say that because it is relevant. It's not just me going ad hominem, but it's relevant because he fears grown men. He is very, very fearful of grown adult males. However, he intentionally targets women and children because they are smaller than him, usually physically, although many women are bigger than him, but children are generally smaller and they're perceived as weaker. So he likes to target them.
Hey, I would like to interfere a little bit here because I can see Legal Mindset struggling to name Johnny Somali's behavior. Hey Andrew, what you're explaining about Johnny Somali, that he fears grown men and intentionally targets women and children? Bro, you can just call Johnny Somali a coward. I don't think there's any reason to explain Johnny Somali because he could be summed up with just one simple word, and that is coward. Guys, let me know in the comments if you really agree with me on that.
He takes much pleasure in targeting women and children. Now, some of this behavior is simply disgusting and inappropriate. However, much of this behavior has crossed the line into criminal. So in order to look at that, we have to look at his dark, starting even from the US, where he assaulted someone in a hotel room in Orlando. Then you had Tokyo Disneyland, where he created a scenario around children. He was creating a scene around children, playing offensive text-to-speech around children.
And now it's coming out that Johnny Somali has been trying for for days to erase evidence, and he might have actually succeeded. Some of the evidence is now reportedly missing.
Then on the streets of Korea, he harasses young people, including people that say they are 16. And his response to that is, I do not care about your age. Age is just a number. I don't care.
If someone can harass a 16-year-old girl and call it age is just a number and say he doesn't care, for me, that guy doesn't even deserve to walk in this world for free. He doesn't deserve even 46 years in jail. These kinds of dangerous guys should be sent to prison for life. Any Korean authorities watching this video, it's a humble request. For the safety of children and women, please lock up Johnny Somali as early as possible.
Also, we have Moxie as well as Xena, who he harassed in Korea, followed by that. Then he went to Lotte World and played explicit sexual messages around children multiple times. In fact, he expressed enthusiasm that he was going to be around children. And finally, online, and this is something that happened literally in the last couple months, as he's being hauled off to court, as he's having to go in front of the judge, he's getting online and talking with minors, soliciting minors online while in the Republic of South Korea, while standing trial. So all of this history needs to be taken together to paint a picture, and all of this evidence needs to be submitted together to paint a full picture. Now, the Korean authorities in the past did not have all of the evidence. They only had some of the evidence of his dark history, of his dark past.
No! We got Xena right here. Hit me. Ain't nobody saying nothing, bitch. And I got that against you too, Xena.
Johnny continues to deny all wrongdoing, claiming he never committed any crimes or disrespected any women, which makes the situation even more serious because he's refusing to plead guilty.
Y'all see them live trying to spin the narrative. What? Trying to really do what to who? Who? What are you talking about?
Now, finally, this is where the investigation has just reopened, and South Korea has found evidence of Johnny Somali committing all the crimes. Because of this, he will face 46 years in jail. Not just that, they've even made the official documents. Now it can be confirmed. Johnny Somali is not getting just 2 to 5 years in jail. He is facing a massive amount of jail time in South Korea.
That the official investigation has reopened because Korea has received all of the evidence. The Somali conviction team has confirmed this information, and we have receipts from the actual submission of the new complaint against him, as well as the new investigation. So here is the Carfax. Here's the receipts. Of course, right here, the report that's submitted against Ramzi Khalid Ismail. You see his name here, Ramji Khalid Ismail, right, in Korean. You can see over here, once again, another one of the cover sheets showing it's against Ramzi Khalid Ismail, and showing his date of birth, as well as the location in Seoul, and giving some other background information right there. And you see both of these documents here together, confirming they were submitted. You also see a stamp on that one, as well as this red ink. This right here is actually the receipt. So this actually confirms this was received by the Seoul Mapo Police Department, which is the Western District, which is currently handling his case, that the investigation has indeed started. They've accepted this. What is he under investigation for? That's right, guys. It's the Child Welfare Act. Sexual abuse against a child that make him or her feel sexually ashamed. And that carries with it a penalty of imprisonment with labor for not more than 10 years or by a fine not exceeding 50 million won. So you've got the option for a fine here. It's a quite hefty fine of 50 million won or up to 10 years in jail behind bars. Or prison rather, that Ramzi Khalid Ismail is facing a renewed investigation of the Child Welfare Act, not just potentially on one count, but for multiple counts, for multiple actions within the Republic of Korea that may constitute a violation of the Child Welfare Act. We could see one count.
So, guys, at this point, I think it's clear Johnny Somali could get more years in prison, especially with his conviction team pushing for new evidence. But if you ask me whether I think he'll actually face that much prison time, honestly, I don't think so. Why? Because Johnny has already been in South Korea for almost a year now, and he's still not behind bars. Even after all this time, they're still reinvestigating and adding new charges. So if he ever does get sentenced, I feel like it'll be sometime around 2050 at this rate. These investigations take forever. Then there'll be news about delays and maybe another 2-year wait before the trial even begins. And if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Johnny ends up opening a family business through IRL content in South Korea. What do you think? Am I right? If you agree with me, let me know.